Welcome to Community Taking Action, ABCD's program highlighting people and organizations doing great things in and around the Boston area. Today, we have a guest who's going to help have a conversation about men, which is something that obviously is near and dear to my heart. I want to welcome Dale from Gideons Flight. Welcome to the program.
Well, welcome. Thank you for having me, Eric.
Thank you.
Very happy to be here today.
So, Gideons Flight, we were certainly talking before a program, and there's just a lot to cover. But let's start from the basics. What is Gideons Flight and your role in it, and just some basics for the audience?
Right. Gideons Flight is a nonprofit organization for men. In essence, we consider ourselves ambassadors of men. We are an organization that provide a voice for men, to have a voice, to discuss concerns and issues that men, and in particular inner city men, deal with every day but have no outlet and to share their feelings. So it's a non-risk environment where we use an open door policy that all men can actually come in, share with us, share the topic. We have an agenda that we put together, and then we open floor for those to give insight, their feedback on that agenda, and as well as we take time to actually coach and teach inside of the organization. So it's a safe place for men. It's not unlike, Eric, we talk about it all the time that, women, best us in a lot of things, and one of the things they absolutely best us in is their ability to be able to have a social environment or a community where they're able to share their intimate feelings with one another. Mm-hmm. We as men are taught that it's unmanly to talk about things of the heart, things that truly.
Almost talking about.
Exactly. That's correct. And we're taught that if you're a man, right, then you can't express yourself. You can't have emotions. And so what Gideon Flight does is it allows us to have a similar environment where that, if your girlfriend broke up with you, right, and you're feeling rejected, then you can come and talk to us. Right. Because the chances are one of our girlfriends has broken up with us too. And we can talk you through the process and help you to understand that that's a part of life. Right. It's a growth part of life. And we put men around those men that have those experiences, but at the same time that are compassionate, sensitive to that particular need or any need that we're discussing, so that they have a better chance to make that adjustment, to continue to move forward in life.
And when did you establish Gideons? At what point did you say, now's the time to put something in motion, and you took the idea and kind of made it happen?
Good question. A little bit over 2 years ago, mm-hmm, is when we actually put some teeth to it. Right. I had been discussing it with a couple of brothers, Dennis Menendez and Kasim Adderson, guys who I'd met in the workplace about 5 years ago. We talked a little bit about doing something, and we prayed about it. I prayed about it. Mm-hmm. And, one morning I had that moment of clarity where, it came to me that the day is the day, now is the time. And it was such a divine experience because I didn't have a name. And then, I got up and I said, okay, well, I hear the message, I know the message, I have the words, right, but who are we? Right. And, the name came, Gideon Flight. And if you know the story of Gideon, mm-hmm, the 300 men that changed the world. And so it helped me to understand that it didn't take a bunch of us, it only takes really one. Mm-hmm. And each one teach one. And so that's kind of where we originated from and how we began. You
mentioned 2 institutions where you've been able to find a home to provide programs. And you said Lena Park, and then you said
Carnegie Furniture Store.
A furniture store. So there's a story behind that, and I definitely want to hear it.
There's a great story behind Carnegie's Furniture Store. My vice president of Treasury and / operations, he fulfilled some of those roles for us too, Dennis Mendez. Right. I challenged him to try to find a location for us, or find locations for us. Right. And we were trying to find something affordable because we're a new organization. Right. And an organization that have most limited resources, but we try to use our resources we're very frugal and try to make sure we get a bang for the buck. And so Dennis went through and he started sourcing out different organizations and places. And he stumbled upon Carnegie's and asked Carnegie's and found out that Carnegie's has a nonprofit corporate setup on the 3rd floor of their buildings that they that they make available to nonprofit organizations.
Part of the community support.
Part of the community support, exactly. Right. It's a company that knows that the community supports it. So it found a way, a creative way to give back to the community.
Awesome.
And it's great for us because it allows us to reach the southern part of New England because
Right.
we have guests and members who come up from as far away as New York.
So my next group of questions is about where. You mentioned your board members, and so where'd you get them?
Yes.
And then you're virtual. You're in Attleboro or North Attleboro, and you're in the Boston area. Where are you looking to get participants, to support?
Yes.
And then where are you going or growing to?
Okay, very good questions. First, I'll start here in the Boston area. Lena Park has been a very good business partner of ours. Lena Park allows their facility to be utilized by us on a monthly basis at request. What Lena Park has done for us, they're using phone blasts. So what they do is communicate to 500 residents that are a part of the Lena Park community to let them know when we're going to be there at the community center. And so that allows those individuals in that particular area to be able to come in and participate with us. And so we've had a lot of success, doing that. Wow. Down in the southern New England, well, I guess that's not really southern New England, but when you go down to North Attleboro,
Mass, right?
Southern Mass, we use the social media as one means of it. We put out flyers as another means to get the word out, to let everybody know, where we are and, what we're talking. Matter of fact, even our agenda is posted. And then if you go onto our website, we try to keep it current too, to let everybody know where we're going to be meeting and what we're going to be talking about.
I want to give you the last 40, 50, 60 seconds. I want to make sure we know how can someone contact you. You mentioned YouTube, so your phone number, how does someone reach out, website, et cetera, and any last words that you want to have for the audience about Gideon's Flight and how the great work that you guys are doing. So I give you the floor.
Thank you, brother. Well, you can reach us at Men of Gideon's Flight. Once you go onto our website, all that information will be there, how to contact us, a little bit about us, how you can support us, and help us. We are looking for like-minded men, Eric, like ourselves, as well as our viewers. If you are someone who really believe that it's time to make a difference, and not just in rhetoric and talking about it, but coming out and being a part of it. We have great conversations, every month, and everything is on the table. There's no right, there's no wrong, there's no judgment. And so, finally, we have an organization, something that has legs under it, that genuinely cares. And you know why I know it, that we genuinely care? Because I'm the president of the organization.
That's right.
And I know I care. And the buck stops with me. And I know my heart for men, it's that saying, go iron sharpens iron. And if we don't stop and take some time and start helping one another, as we talked about earlier, approximately 17 million, men of color in the United States are black men.
Right.
1 million of them are incarcerated, 1 out of 6. The future projection is 1 out of 3. So someone has to do something. And how can we ever expect a broader community to take care of home if we won't do it?
Well, one thing that I can say, your passion certainly comes across to me, and it has from the time that you sat down, and I hope that it comes across to our audience. And we'll do everything that we can to support you and the Men of Gideon's Flight to take off and reach some more folks. So I want to thank you for coming on.
Well, brother, I appreciate it, and I'm very proud of you as well.
Oh, well, wow. Thank you, thank you.
A lot of work to do, guys, so please come out and help us any way you can. If you want to share $3 with us, we'll take it. If you've got a junk car, give us that. Anything that you can do to help support our organization. But more importantly, we need you, we need your sons to come out and be a part of what we're trying to do.
Excellent.
Thank you.
Thank you very much, Dale. That concludes our program today. Be sure to find us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. And if you've missed any episodes, you can get them on YouTube. Thank you for joining Community Taking Action. I'm your host, Eric Mitchell. Until next time.